Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Westeros Total War Age of Petty Kingdoms submod beta, or beta of sorts. I've been given this by the creator of it to do a few videos on. We won't do an entire series because we'll wait for the official finished version to be done, but for now we'll screw around as House Blackwood and just see how far we can get against the idiotic AI of Medieval 2. But the Age of Petty Kingdoms submod is based during or just before or just at the very beginning of the Andal Invasion, with 29, I believe, petty little kingdoms fighting for supremacy over Westeros. So yeah, I think this has kind of great potential, although hot seats, I imagine, which is my primary thing that I do with Westeros nowadays, would be a bit of a pain in the ass, because with 29 factions, hot seats would just last for years. Getting through 9 players is a pain in the ass enough. 29? Fucking hell, we'd be there all day. It would be awesome. Don't get me wrong with that. And I suppose it would speed up as you slowly kill off factions. But anyway, for now we'll play as House Blackwood and just pretty much enjoy ourselves for a bit. There is actually custom music, and when I say custom music, I mean not the default medieval stuff, but some Game of Thrones music tossed in there. I think I heard something that sounded like Lord of the Rings as well. Obviously, all of that is copyrighted heavily, so I've turned it off. The riverlands is once again awash with blood. The Brackens and Blackwoods once again march on each other, on one another, okay, in what will become yet another siege of Riverrun. However, they will both ignore the growing threat to the east. The Andal mutants of Maidenpool have finally defeated and converted House Darry, leaving the gates of the Riverlands open to conquest. Prince Titular First Mud sees this and realizes that the only hope the First Men have of survival is to band together into one empire and hold off the Andal kingdoms as one. To this end, the Kingdom of Riverstones has called its banners, marched south to put a stop to the Bracken and Blackwood bickering and focus on the greater threat. Or Fred. The greater Fred. Okay, we're here. First things first is creating all this. Quite a few units have been added to this, although not incredibly new units. They're pretty much the same unit, but with loads of different skins, which takes quite a while to do in itself. But we will build some cavalry and focus on archers as well. I managed to get the W key to work. Well, when I got the files, the W key didn't work to move the screen, which was kind of annoying. Our first order of business will be dealing with the Muds, in which case we'll move north immediately. The portraits I think could use a bit of work. I mean, this is obviously Tormund from the Game of Thrones series, so it kind of breaks my immersion of being House Blackwood when I'm actually playing as Tormund, Giantsbane. Some of the other portraits, nothing wrong with that. That's a nice portrait. Nothing wrong with that. Nice portrait. That's a bit blurry, but not too bad. Some of them noticed. That's from Skyrim. That's also from Skyrim, like obviously from Skyrim. I sympathise. I know how much of a pain it is sometimes to find decent portraits and stuff.
As you wish. Yes, noble, my liege.
But it's still like, really? Okay.
Yes,
I'm someone that likes his portraits to be nice looking. These aren't bad, but you know. I think to myself, I'm going to go make a better one. Better portraits, if I had the time, which I don't. Finding portraits for the right characters that fit the whole thing and look that you have in your mind. Because you'll have a mental image for a character, especially ones that you've like randomly created. You'll have a mental image for what the character's supposed to look like. But finding a picture that fucking works is pain in the ass. Really goddamn is. A lot of the time, most submods just reuse old pictures, which is fine as well, but, you know. You'd rather have brand new ones to fit the scenario and everything. Okay, we're going to use Raventree as like a lure for now.
Yes. My lord. Yes, sire.
It's about to get 2 units here, so
Your will, sire.
if we do
My lord.
that for now, send them over there. If we leave Raventree relatively weakened, the Mud AI should attack it. And then we'll swoop in and kill them. There we go. Soul has predicted the future. It's not hard to predict the future in Total War. The AI is incredibly predictable.
The enemy has surrounded us. We are besieged.
And this is on very hard difficulty. Air quote. The Brackens outnumber us, but like I said, the AI is really stupid, so...
Your will, son. My liege.
Okay, we'll leave Edmund Tully behind and he can deal with that for now. We'll send these guys over here.
Orders. Yes. Joining forces, my lord.
Send those gentlemen over there.
My lord.
These guys can go over the river and garrison this. House Vance of... Okay, that's pretty sweet. How he handles the... because... these things will have different skins. Actually, every, like, vassal levies. For instance, if I hire from House Vance, I think the troops I hire here will have the banners and colours of House Vance. Or it could just be the Vance levies. I'm not sure if it affects all of the skins. I assume that would be way too much fucking work. But he has levy units for each house, which is pretty sweet, at least. And those buildings associate with what thing gets what. For now, we will destroy all these buildings. It doesn't really make much sense to me that these people are supposed to be first men and they have a sept. I'm not going to let that happen. I mean, Raventree has a sept. Why would they need a sept? Mainly doing this just because I want money. Not that it's going to make any difference. So yeah, first order of business, kill the Muds. Is it worth 3-to-1 odds? Not really. Execute those guys.
We have triumphed. An honor, sire. Your will, son. Orders, sire. Orders.
If we leave a Raventree levy in there for now. Send these guys down the river run just to keep them off my back for a bit. I don't think the Muds I don't think they'll attack. I was going to say the Muds, but they're not the Muds. They're the Brackens. Our family tree looks like that for now. We've got a daughter just of age, which is cool. See, the Brackens have other enemies to worry about as well, so they'll probably, if I just keep that many troops in Blackhaven, they probably won't do much.
Yes, sire. Yes, my liege. With honor, sire.
Who's inside Rivenstone? The King Rivers and Hills is.
Yes, sire. By your will, sire, we shall engage. Laying siege, noble sire.
And yeah, part of me hopes that somebody attacks my
Siege, sire.
front or something.
My lord. Your will, sire.
Send those guys down to River Run. It almost says Raventree when it does that. Riverstones, by the way, is the name that I assume he's made up for Old Stones, because the name Old Stones isn't actually what it was called. That's just a name that the locals have given to it since it fell into ruin and everything. The capital of House Mud. So yeah, we'll end the turn. Probably kill the King of Rivers and Hills. But see, the thing I like about this is the idea that once I've finished, you know, taking the Riverlands, the other minor characters are going to be carving out their own kingdoms as well. Which is the awesome idea for a hot seat for this. Despite the fact that it might take ages to start the hot seat up, eventually at some point you will start off with, say, House Manderley controlling the Reach, or House Rain or House Tarbuck controlling the Westerlands, and you'd end up fighting in those little things. So you actually have to build up, compared to like other hot seats, where you'd start off immediately controlling a giant area of land. If you did hot seat with this one, you'd have to build up and make your own kingdom. out of whatever land you can grab, and eventually you'd have to fight the other big kingdoms that have formed themselves as well. So that idea kind of intrigues me, which would be pretty cool for any hot seat, really. But first things first is actually we'll probably go with the route of this, just to drag him out of the walls this way. That way we don't have to fucking worry about assaulting the castle. And evidently the Blackwoods are English. Nothing wrong with that.
And now at them, lads! I want the pink elephants and green pixies to lead the attack. Have you met my wife? Bloody ugly woman. Probably fighting with that lot over there. And we're buggered if she's on their side.
Okay, here we go, gentlemen.
They hope to make up in numbers what they lack in gallantry.
Immediately attack these gentlemen. Remove the smaller army before their king's army can arrive on the field. Send in the first wave of guys. The archers should light them up.
The enemy general has no honor. He flees the field of battle. The battle is very much in our favor. If the enemy army flees the field, pursue and run them down.
Immediately turn face. Those guys are dead, so we'll...
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men. By St. George, we've captured the enemy's general. That'll teach the cowardly dog to turn tail and run.
Us as a captain. No worries about him for now. Let's go send that guy, the king, to mow down those enemies for now. Bloody routing enemies making my guys go into skirmish formation. Annoying little shits. Rivers. You can lead the sally, mate. Send some cavalry forward to deal with these twats. Just to get their archers off my back. Whoa! I've run those guys into my own fucking spears.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Okay, I wiped out an entire group of my own cavalry there by running them into my own spikes I set up at the beginning of the game. Fuck up those archers, mind out for my own spikes I managed to kill my own guys on previously.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Okay, you gentlemen take the, actually, yeah, just go around to the flank over there while these guys move over here. Rivers, you can move as well. Intercept those fucking archers to keep them off my guys' back.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Doo-doo. Okay, not really bothered about the archers right now. We can take these guys.
The battle is very much
Mind
in
the
our favor.
spikes.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Where's the king at? All the way over here still. Great. Get over here, you douche. The king is on his way.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
That king has a lot of morale, I'll give him that.
The enemy king is slain. A worthy
There you go,
enemy,
that'll do it.
no less dead for that. We must press our advantage.
That'll do the trick. Mind the spikes.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Run down the rest of these morons. The Mud King is dead, which has caused the mortal rout, and victory is ours. We just experienced our first fatal graphics error. You gotta love those betas, huh? Oh well, we showed you that battle, so now we'll just kill him and be done with it. Victory! Anyone asks, we played the battle. Do 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 do. Okay, we'll leave. Who's the shittest commander that we have? That's gotta be Tully. We'll probably leave a battered up troop unit behind, to be honest. Keep that half a stack where it's at for now. Do we have a diplomat? No, we do not. That's kind of sucky. We need diplomats, Fawn. Diplomats. Glorious diplomats. I shall accept an alliance, yes. Not an alliance, trade rights. I think the Muds just took ship someplace. That'd be hilarious if they attacked the Iron Isles. It's Alistair Mudd, who has a portrait of someone that I've already got in my party. So, no. I would have got that guy if he didn't have exactly the same portrait as somebody else. Where is he? Yeah, he had exactly the same portrait as my prince. Yeah, we can't build anything until we take more regions, and taking more regions requires us to take Seaguard. Which kills Malister, which is another Skyrim character. If you're going to take pictures of Skyrim, you could at least give them armor, right, and stuff, maybe. Take a more high-res picture. Hear that, Fawn? Get on it. Go on. Quickly. Uh-oh. That is a very large army of Muds. We'll withdraw, because then it gets rid of the Seaguard garrison. And then he'll attack me. Oh, no, he won't attack me. He'll just camp. I want him to attack me, though. I'd rather be on the defensive than anything else. I think one of my characters already has that portrait as well. Why is a member of the Poor Fellows with the Muds? Are those people you can hire? It must be. He's bought a lot of sellswords and stuff. Yeah. We'll save it just in case the game crashes again. It actually crashed twice when I was trying to load the autosave to get back onto the game. He's only got 2 stars. He probably hates me, to be honest. You'll rule nothing when I'm done with you, Gypsy. I'd rather not be the one attacking, but you can't be too picky. We experienced yet another fatal crash. Every time we come back onto the game, I have to change all the damn settings and rebind the keys. It's quite annoying. But welcome to beta. So, yeah, we're just going to have to autosave this. It appears to trigger with most battles for some reason, but it's to be expected with an unfinished product. Holy crap. I'd call that a fucking heroic victory. Not a clear victory. Execute. Hopefully the Muds don't have any other tricks up their sleeve. I'd hoped to kill them faster than this, but we never know. My guy's getting pretty goddamn good. He's got fucking 8 stars now, which is badass. Oh well. I won't try and go into the battle because it will probably do a fatal graphics error again, so we're pretty evenly matched. We'll do 50-50. If we lose, we'll have a more upkeep and we can rebuild our armies. If we win, that should be the end of House Mud. Damn. We're getting lucky. House Mud has been destroyed. If that's another thing I had to complain about in this, I'd recommend adding some children, or possible, you know, secondary heirs, maybe like an uncle to the King of the North, or an uncle to the King of the Riverlands and whatnot, just so, you know, if you kill off the King and the Prince, the entire faction isn't dead. Although, I suppose, I don't know, what's the aging like in this? I mean, it's been 8 turns, and my kid's 1 year old. So, I either recommend adding characters that are almost of age, like secondary heirs and stuff, or possibly giving, actually, this is Petty Kingdom, so I'd say give a secondary faction tree, a hidden one, to, say, the Tully generals, for instance, so that once, if House Blackwood dies off, that then House Tully takes over their kingdom. Because in a hot seat, 8 turns is quite a long fucking time. Quite a lot can happen in 8 turns, and 8 turns could take a month to bloody do, especially in a hot seat with 29 factions. So, if you've only got 2 generals and then that's it, your entire faction's dead, yeah, it's kind of very, very risky. I suppose there's a level of just keep those characters alive, but if you happen to get them both defeated, and you can't move them for a turn and they're stuck in a fort, then that's the entire game over for you. I suppose there's a level of, you know, risk and reward and whatnot, but I recommend adding a little bit more diversity to the family trees in the future. I think it would just make it a little bit better. Okay, first thing first, anyway, we'll leave these 12 guys behind and go take Fair Market. Whoa! Where did that rain force come from? Whoa! I'm pretty sure I had less crash to death stops when I played Fire and Blood in the beta. Oh, it is unfinished, so I half expected this to be this annoying. It's more annoying when I'm playing, when I'm recording. My key bindings have gone again. Whenever the game crashes, it resets my key bindings, so the W don't fucking work. Which is annoying. I will send Vaughn like a detailed PM of stuff that I think he needs to do before he releases this. Namely, fixing the crashes and making the W work. Just permanently. Anyway, we'll end the turn and hopefully it won't crash. Accursed unfinished products. Damn them. Damn them into hell, I say. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Okay. Another thing, the portraits need to be more diverse, because right now we've circled through the same portraits all over again. We've got Trinster I'm Piper, which doesn't work at all. That name shouldn't really even be in the files, since there haven't been that many of those kings yet at all.
Command me, sire.
We shall lay siege to these gypsy bastards in here. This is a bunch of brigands, mainly, so it shouldn't take too long to kill those guys. Bracken has not done shit to me, yet. Hopefully it remains that way. Probably won't, though. Hey, we got a kid.
Yes. We shall slaughter them, my lord.
Victory.
Victory! Nothing can stop us, sire.
Fair Market is
The
ours.
settlement has fallen. Take the spoils of war.
Take the spoils of war. My guy's a really badass, isn't he? Okay. I'm really annoying that I can't use the W key, but we'll get over it. I just have to use the arrow to move up. It is. I don't know exactly where he is in the development of it, so he might be planning, and he might already know all about this, and all about the crashes situation and everything. This is awesome. I like this on the map. You can't cross that river. You have to go via River Run, which makes River Run an excellent defensive position. The only entry to the Northern Riverlands via land is River Run itself. So you have to take River Run. It's a choke point, which I prefer to the before there was a bridge right around here to get the fair market. So that's nice, that is. Hopefully we'll recruit these guys without the game crashing on us. Son of a bitch! Okay guys, as you can see, this mod requires a bit of work. Definitely with the crash the desktop area. But generally, overall, I'm quite excited to play this. We'll definitely do a few series on it once a more complete and stable version is released. Sadly for recording, crashing like this is the same reason that I avoid series with Fire and Blood, because the constant crashing makes recording it quite the pain in the ass. Because every time it crashes, I have to reset my voice audio and then sync up everything afterwards. Things can get out of sync, editing can take twice as long because of the crashes, and generally crashing the desktop every 5 minutes or so is a pain in the ass for recording. But hopefully he's aware of all of these problems. If not, I'll make him aware of them. But yeah, hopefully he'll fix at least the majority of the crashes. Some are always to be expected, but hopefully at least like a good 80-90% of them get fixed before the public release. And then we can play this. What we'll do probably when we return and get a more stable version of this game is play as House Blackwood yet again and continue our conquest of the Riverlands. We'll leave this video with a quick look at what my fellow kingdoms are doing across Westeros. We'll start up in the north, not using the W key because it doesn't work. House Dustons come all the way down to the Green Fork. They control all of this up here. Widow, Fencefinger's still rebel. They control all of this. Not really doing much. They haven't pushed against the Starks yet. The Sunderlands have landed in the north and taken the Wolf's Den from the Boltons. That's another faction we'll definitely play at some point, House Sunderland. As a really weak faction, I'd probably either attack the Vale or take the North as them and play as them. Make them a really powerful house. But yeah, they're actually doing pretty good against the Boltons. They might stand to take the North in a future event. The Umbers are not really doing too much. They look to outnumber the Boltons. They might be able to gain some land. Meanwhile, in the Vale, the Arryns are pretty much not really done anything. The Royces are battling them, but not really getting too far. The Mootons are not really doing anything either, to be honest. You've got the House Crab, Bastards. These guys haven't really been doing much. They still control here. House Manderley is at the Reach, I believe, fighting the Gardeners, but not really getting too far right now. Gardeners not really doing too much. The High Towers are under attack by the Red Wains. Yornwood is fighting House Ulla right now. Actually kicking their ass, to be honest. Martells are fighting everyone as well, although they appear to be weakened greatly at the moment. Not much going down on the Stormlands. House Eastermont hasn't really pushed into anywhere yet. I believe someone controlled Edenfall Hall at some point. Not the Storm King, so they might have wiped someone out. House Volmont, whatever you want to call them. The Marsh Lords, not really doing anything. The Tarbucks are doing pretty well, to be honest. They control all these lower sections. House Rain is quite powerful, currently fighting the King of the Rock. They still have that half a stack over here. The Ironborn have apparently wiped out House Hoa, by the looks of things, and House Grey Iron is securing control of the Iron Isles now. See, that's the thing that I like about the great potential of this. By the time we conquer the Riverlands from the remainder of the Brackens and the Mootons and the Dustons as well, since they've come so far south, by the time we've done all that, at like turn 30 or something, the Dustons might control the north, or House Sunderly might control the north. The AI would have like conquered their own regions and made their own kingdoms, powerful kingdoms that we have to engage later on. I think that's the main aspect of this mod that I like compared to others. In other submods, you have your faction, that's it. In this, you might end up fighting a different faction every time. Especially in hot seats. Like I said, 29 players would be really slow to start off with. But eventually, once factions start getting killed off, it will eventually come to the point where you'll have big kingdoms fighting each other. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. This is all for now. There won't be another video for this, like I said, until a stable and more public version is released. But when there is, we'll definitely do some of the houses that interest me. And there are quite a few minor houses that should be quite fun to play. Yeah, I could actually even host my own hot seats just with individual players creating their own factions. For instance, as an example, we could have a 4-player hot seat, me controlling House Blackwood and taking over the Riverlands slowly. Meanwhile, a secondary player controls House Sunderland and attacks the north. Third player controls House Eastermont and takes the Riverlands. Fourth player controls House Redwayne and takes the Reach. And eventually you'll all clash together once you've finished killing off the AI factions, and you'll have a massive war between each other. That's another possibility that you could easily do with this, which I think might be the future of hot seating for this submod, is doing that rather than playing all players. Just select individual factions at separate ends of the world to conquer your own kingdoms and then eventually clash with each other. I think that's the way to go if you want to host hot seats for this, which I probably definitely will. So that's something to look forward to. We'll probably definitely record those as well. But yeah, guys, if you're interested in checking out this mod, there's plenty of previews on his thread. Every link that you need will be in the description of this video. I thank you for watching. Don't forget to rep the creator on the Total War forums, and rep me while you're there. Rep is free and it's glorious. Rep everybody. It's awesome. Most of you had no idea how to do that. But anyway, I thank you for watching. That is all for now. Soul out.